everyone, this is Shayna Hiller from Build Your Personal Yoga Business. And today I'm going to talk about the top 3 ways to succeed as a yoga teacher without competition. So I remember when I moved to LA about 5 years ago, people asked, why would you move to LA to teach yoga? It's the most competitive place in the world to teach yoga. And my reasons for moving to LA were to teach yoga because I knew there were a lot of yoga studios. So in my mind, I thought, well, there are just a lot of opportunities. And when people were questioning my motives based on the fact that it's the most competitive yoga market in the US, I said, oh, really? Is that what you think? Because I don't live in that world. I don't entertain competition. But enough people had brought it up to me, and enough yoga teachers I know, especially in this area, really do believe that it's competitive, and that belief actually is deterring or blocking their full potential and flowering as a yoga teacher, that I feel it's important and necessary no matter where you live, because the truth is there are more yoga teachers now than ever before, and I believe that that number is only going to continue growing, which to me is an amazing thing, because there are also a lot of human beings on the planet that could benefit from yoga and from different energies of teachers. But if you are feeling stuck, or if you're feeling blocked, or if you feel like you're comparing yourself, or there's some sort of this aggression or competition type of an energy, let's clear it. So the top 3 ways to eliminate any types of competition are: number 1, pretend that you're the only yoga teacher there is. And I don't mean that in a cocky way, but pretend that you are the only yoga teacher there is, meaning you have no frame of reference for how other people teach, or their style, or their music, or their way of speaking. It's just you. Like, literally imagine that you were born today. This is your first day being born as a yoga teacher, and it's up to you to serve and to share your gifts. This is something that I sometimes feel like I do, or I've done intuitively. Not to say that I don't go to yoga classes and take class from other inspiring teachers, but when it comes to me teaching, I separate that from others. There's elements that I bring into it, which I'm going to get to in number 3, but I definitely, it's your own journey. You as a teacher, you have very specific and unique traits and gifts that can become overburdened and shadowed if you're too concerned with trying to be better than another teacher. It just doesn't work that way. So pretend that you were the only one. What would change? What would change about the way that you teach, about how you put yourself out there? I know if I were the only teacher in the world, I'd feel like, whoa, I have a big mission to serve. I really need to find my truth and my path that's only my own, that's only your own, in order to really succeed on all levels and serve in a much bigger way. Number 2 way to avoid competition would be to limit your exposure to social media. That's a yoga practice in and of itself. I know that I follow people who inspire me. I don't follow people who, if I see something that brings a negative sensation into my body or my mind, you got to clear the energy. So it's not about good or bad, but it's about observe how you feel when you're scrolling, and if the feeling of when you're scrolling is making you feel less than, then you either have to start, aligning your following with people who inspire you, or limit your exposure. Because I know for myself, I'm not a big scroller, and when I'm not scrolling, I can be in more of a creative state. So the two are connected in terms of, if you are to imagine that you are the only yoga teacher in the world, meanwhile you spend half of your day scrolling the feeds of other yoga teachers thinking, I should be like that, oh my gosh, they have more classes than me, oh my goodness, they're doing more retreats than I am, and you're feeling less than, then as a meditator, as a yogi, we have to create those boundaries so that we have more space in our brain and our being for tuning in to what your specific purpose is, what your specific journey is, what your specific offering is going to be, which is going to come from within. Now, number 3 is very interesting, because this kind of ties everything in. There's nothing inherently wrong with looking to others, other teachers, mentors, fellow yoga teachers for inspiration. I believe that a competitive and comparing energy is actually can be shifted and transmuted into inspiration. Because let's face it, when we boil it down at the end of the day, that person, right, or teachers who you feel that maybe that friction with, there's probably something that they have or they're doing that's triggering something that's within you that you know that you are capable of achieving as well. In a different way, in your own way, whether it's running a retreat or a workshop or selling out a yoga class or having more financial freedom in your life, right? Something is igniting that within you that has the capacity to show up in a bigger way in your career, in your life. So is it possible that those people in your life who you feel like a competitive energy with are actually models for inspiration? Wow, this is what I aspire to be like, and I'm so grateful that I was just shown this energy of what's possible, and I can be happy for my fellow yogi knowing that there is enough to go around. Like I mentioned earlier, there are so many yoga teachers and there are so many more human beings in this world who need your energy specifically. And to the extent that you can crowd out whatever type of energy is kind of blocking the flow and choose to see those energies in a mindful way as pillars of inspiration, you're well on your way to more abundance, more success, and finding out what you are supposed to be doing as a yoga teacher that's unique, that's your own. So I hope that these 3 ways of avoiding competition, like, it doesn't even exist to me. I don't even play that game. Like, I don't even know. People are like, oh, it's so competitive in LA. I'm like, that's a belief system. It's literally a belief system. It's like, oh, it's too expensive to live there. Oh, this is the way it is. I say, question your beliefs. Is that even true? And does it have to be if you have been believing it? So is no better time than now to shift those belief systems so that you can feel more confident and ready to continue on with your journey and know that you have many people to serve with your unique energy. Okay, hope this serves you. Grab the ebook below, grab the free retreat blueprint below if you're ready to step into your full abundance as a yoga teacher. Grab the e-course if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for more useful videos on how to build your personal yoga business. I will see you on the next video, and as always, if you have questions, I respond to all the questions below. Ask any video topics or ideas or questions that you want me to address. I will do my best to make a video for that as well. Have a wonderful day. Keep on teaching, keep on shining your light. Namaste.